What are you going to see in 2023? Everything we've seen thus far could be just a cakewalk compared to what's coming. A lot of people have been caught off guard the last couple of years. Now we're starting to wake up and realize, wow, things are coming. In 2022, we heard of a man who came to Israel who said he's memorized the whole Torah in Hebrew. And he claims to be a very smart Jew. And many of these people in Israel are saying, we think he's the Christ. We think he's the Messiah. I just heard the other day, a lady called me on the phone and told me that in Israel, they want to begin resuming animal sacrifices in Passover of 2023, this year. They're looking forward to doing that. Now, will they get to do it? I don't know. They've been talking about it for many years and wanting to do that. But what an interesting thing. Wow. Now we're going to see the tribulation coming soon. Because in the book of Revelation, someone comes in and steps in and says, nope, you can't sacrifice animals here anymore. Remember, the book of Revelation is future. So we're seeing all these things. But Jesus says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Okay? These are all things that are going to happen in the last days. You say, well, we're not in the tribulation yet. No, we're not. But it's going to be leading up to this. So we're on this side seeing it lead up to all these things. And we're starting to begin to see these because look what it says in verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So that's just the beginning. And in our world today, we're beginning to see some of these things. It's amazing. Shows me that the Bible is true. So they asked Jesus what's going to happen, and he answers with crisis. Well, there's going to be a lot of crises. And now we're seeing a new word coming into the English language, polycrisis. Because we're living in a day and age of many, many crises. How about an economic collapse? How about this great reset, they call it? There's a lot of people in this world, the higher ups, the elites, they call them, that don't want paper money. They want cryptocurrencies. They want a worldwide, globally controlled, if you will, globally controlled cryptocurrency. And so they're wanting that. What if we see an economic collapse with the currency that we do have? Someone sent me a chart of the earthquakes of the last couple thousand years. And it's clear as a bell on that chart that there have been more earthquakes in the last 20, 30, 40 years than almost all of the history of the last 2,000 or 3,000 years. Why are there more earthquakes now than there have been before? Well, either that's a great big coinky-dink, a coincidence, or the Bible is true. And the beginning of sorrows, we're just about to get into that beginning, and we're starting to see it getting worse and worse and worse. 2033 would be 2,000 years from when Jesus died. Well, in Hosea chapter 6, God tells Israel after 2 days he'll go back to dealing with them. Well, the day with the Lord is 1,000 years one day, like it says in 2 Peter 3:8. Then that would be God saying, hey, after 2,000 years, I'll go back to dealing with Israel. So if Jesus comes back after 2,000 years and sits on the throne in Jerusalem, then you got to subtract 7 for the tribulation. The last week of Daniel's 70th week. 2033 minus 7, what is that? 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That's 2026. And it's all falling in place exactly like the Bible says. And the Jews wanting to rebuild their temple and want to do their sacrifices in Israel. And Benjamin Netanyahu is back in power again in Israel. And all these things coming to pass, I don't see how it can be much longer before Jesus Christ returns.